Celebrate the moment.
Yo. It's your boy Mac Mizzle, the host of the most don't need to brag about, so all do is give a toast to the real folks who done paved the way in the real way. And y'all, I wanna know why I go on here, so.
Me a son of a Jamila represent for the EJ food. What is it? Yeah, me a son of man. You know, sir, there's no bother here.
So I want to talk to y'all about what's going on in the USA right now. You know what I'm saying?
Brawling nigga days for the lay down inna the hot park. Hot club play for the double motion in a so good job. Bunker murder them blood clot. I want to buy no gun. We not a sit in a style. We not a sit in a boy. We can't go back. We must make a style. We use it for the style. And we don't want to move on. We don't want to die. We not a die. We tell us what to do. Morning head a fly. Walking with the baby a fly up the hill like flag.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Mac Mizzle, the host of don't need to brag about, so all do is give a toast to the real folks who done paved the way in the real way.
Call you don't tell them, but them say 40. Them feel your company and no mention in a
I just wanted y'all to bring y'all some information about this whole situation that we're facing. Like they want to just disrespect us blatantly in our face and then just laugh about it, you know? China should know better, you know what I'm saying? So they went ahead and kicked a bunch of black folks out on the street. And they can't go to the airport, they can't go nowhere, they can't even leave the country. So where the fuck do you expect them to go if they really have it? You're gonna just spread it around, right? So is this more deliberate racism paid on y'all part? And y'all don't give a shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's blatant to see right now. It's blatant to see, you know? And we acting like we don't see this shit. How far it's taking us. For China to be this out of pocket shows the level of disconnect we have in the world, you know what I'm saying? Y'all started the motherfucking virus. And now y'all want to turn around and try this people. Anyway, we're gonna go through it, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna play a little bit of this dancehall mix before we start. I'm gonna build up a split. Basketball, China. All right. And I was out there defending China. Saying, no, the virus. You know, I still stand on what I believe, but they're making it hard for me to defend what's real. Then you got Losing it. Playing ball, eh?
Hear me, I'm gonna tell me that represent the energy of God. That's what they see. The man in the computer and come back to change up. The man in the computer and come back to change up. Things like the carbon, taking to continue up. The pussy, the super problem, the complete first. The man let them are the best. You watch me, so I'm in the turn, the bulldog, the wolf, the bad dog, the red rider. And the system full of good venom like a black spider. It's trying but we come back biter. I hope you tell them friend them tell them to step to me. Them not what them are not trick to me. Bust them head with the 4-5 them know what's like them must see. They could have taller than the bamboo stick to it like the angry fish. They them say for nobody's a dead. If I'm mad, you look to them. Them not kill nobody come and lie them a tell. Can't style them 6 times in a day. Black big bird in a place to find him again. Them bad guys for the Chinese themselves. I let you fuck up back and hurry for it again. And I get so that what you say that it's sugar.
We roll this joint and we gonna get into stuff. Yay!
Yo, DJ Cody, look at that one.
Circle them in. We spin the block. All that. Yeah.
Yeah, said a man, then closer the governor, I represented Virgil Ford.
Big up DJ Foodie. Yeah, we gonna get into this game. Oh, we gonna talk about it.
I present the AJ Food.
Anyway, y'all, you already know what time it is. Let's get into this game. Now, trying to think this slick though. Trying to think this slick. Now it's my. I was trying to be the revolutionary thinking. I'm like all power to the people. But for the fucking blatant disrespect and racism that's being shown, it's giving me no other conclusion but to say that China and the USA have colluded to kill black folk. They found a way to sacrifice some of their elderly, some of their poor, some of their, and then they coming out. You know what I'm saying? They found a legal loophole to do such. So the gloves are off at this point. You know what I'm saying? We gotta just come together and see what the fuck time it is because this shit is crazy, man. Let me just play this here. What up? You know what I'm saying? Let's pop it, man. Ain't no square shit, no sucker shit. Just the other day, I was like, yo, that shit didn't come from China. It was an engineer. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, let me take a step back. and reevaluate this whole fucking situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why are you practicing anti-black fucking white supremacy racism against Africans in your country, knowing that they can't go nowhere, you can't take a flight out of there, they can't do nothing like that. Yo, let's listen to this.
So there's just videos that have came out of China where you have Nigerians that's being just kicked out of their hotels, they're being kicked out of their apartments, they're not being allowed to shop for food, and they taking their passports away from them and let them just sleep on the streets because they're blaming them and saying they have the coronavirus. Now we know good and well it is the Chinese virus. It's the Wuhan virus. It's not the Nigerian virus. It's not the African virus. Let's call that exactly what it is. But they're sitting up here attacking
Did they kick
Nigerians
fucking
for no
Chinese out,
reason
out
at
of
all. Now we have two clips
Africa
in this
when the
developing
Ebola came
story.
down?
The
I'm
first
sure they
one
didn't do that.
is you've seen the police
You know what I'm
usher
saying?
all them out. You'll see that
Some
in China.
bullshit.
And then
I'm telling
after
y'all
that,
out of
you
pocket
have
for that.
a official with the Nigerian government that is a ambassador there in
No
Guangzhou.
black folks
He is
should
going
be going
in
to their
on
nail
them
salon.
for not only kicking them out,
None of that
they
shit.
took their passports from them. Their brother was going
You know
over
what I'm
there to
saying? Make them
retrieve
hold their
that.
own nuts.
So let's roll those two
It's real. It's real talk. That shit is real. Before you can see said that shit, I was like, that shit is real. These motherfuckers don't give two shits. It's disgusting.
They're just not the way. They're not even allow us to. They don't even allow us. We are just walking on the road. You see, they cannot give us house. They cannot give us hotel. They cannot provide a place you
A
can stay.
bunch of them.
They're just following us. You see, they're just following us. They don't
Oh,
want us to
God.
stay one place.
That's a fucking evil shit, bro.
After we have spent 15 days
To all my Chinese
in
people
the
out there,
hotel,
where's your
after
fucking
quarantine,
fealty, man?
quarantine us for
Y'all gotta
15
be out
days,
there fucking talking about this shit
they
10
cannot
times
allow
more
us
than
to
me,
stay
dog.
one place.
The fuck?
They didn't give us
Fuck
any
I look
hotel.
like?
They are still checking us.
Fuck I look like? Mr. Goofy?
Africa. Chinese Africa, do everything Africa. We know pursue Chinese. Chinese my country. Chinese Africa. Chinese my country. We don't pursue Chinese. Chinese full Africa. Chinese leave Africa. Africa no do anything. But now Chinese come here, pursue us land. Chinese Africa everywhere Chinese. Don't worry. Chinese Africa, Chinese everywhere. Look at what they are doing. Don't worry. Chinese everywhere, Chinese Africa, Chinese my country. Chinese for my country, Chinese leave my country. We no do Chinese anything. Chinese Africa everywhere. Chinese my country, Chinese leave Africa. But Africa not stop. Look at today, this us your country. Look at today, this us. No problem. Chinese my country. You see Chinese my country, please. You see, Chinese stay my country, Chinese Africa. Chinese the whole world.
So what they do is sacrifice some of their own people to come after us because the virus suddenly shifted to a black thing. And it's not because of age, ethnicity, background. It's because they engineered it as such. Damn, dog. This shit is fucked up. These cocksucking motherfuckers. Excuse my language. But yeah, there's some type of collusion, underhanded stuff. This is where we're at. So spread the word. Let people know what time it is. Still way out of pocket for this shit.
Non-acceptable to the federal government of Nigeria. In Nigeria, as I mentioned to you last time, we have a lot of Chinese there. I don't think you have ever received any information that the government of Nigeria goes to their various houses and pick them and quarantine them.
They're fucking kicking them. Yo, they're kicking the niggas out of the fucking country, but they can't go nowhere. Kick them off on the street. Ah, that's where y'all are, eh?
You have people from America, you have people from other countries, you have people from Spain,
Now people from the state like in Guangzhou. The population of 14 days, the first 14 days is acceptable by all. Another 14 days, the people communicate to us that you are going to do another 14 days after 14 days. They have tested negative and then they have given them the paper. Why are they giving them another 14 days? That is one. Two, all the police, the document, this passport belongs to the federal government of Nigeria. In line with international practice, no any country have the right to seek the international passport of another country. Wait! Wait! They are not right. I just withdraw it from there. They seek it. I said they seek it. And then you know, the deputy general, all the passports of Nigeria they seek. Asking, he was
Bro,
released
sees how
yesterday.
y'all motherfuckers is
Why
getting
are
down,
they
dog.
seeking Nigeria passport? It not belong to the center. If you see Nigeria passport, it's like you are seeing Nigeria as a whole. It's not acceptable. That's another thing. The third one I'm going to tell you, you didn't communicate to us that you are going to go to all the Nigerian houses and then you are going to ask them to come out and go and quarantine them. Did you
That's
communicate to us?
fucked up, yo.
No.
This story is eye-opening, but we need to talk about a few facts here. Now, when the brother said the Chinese are in Nigeria, that is 100% true. When we looked at the numbers of Chinese that's all over Africa,
So
we
why can't
looked
the
at
Africans
Nigeria,
be
they
in
have an
China?
estimated 945,000
Yo,
Chinese
I can't fuck this
in Nigeria.
sense of myself.
That is a lot of Chinese down there. A lot. And Nigerians aren't grabbing them up and throwing them out on the street and taking their passports away from them. No, they're not treating them like that at all. Chinese, we have covered the last time we covered the story about the Chinese basically would not let a Nigerian woman order any food to say you can order your food, but hurry up and get out. You can't sit in here and eat. But they're treating Nigerians bad because they look down on black people, no matter where we come from. This is how they look down on us. Why do we as black people, whether in America, the continent, wherever, the Caribbean, why are we letting the Chinese go all over the place and set up business and do whatever they want in our countries, even in America too? Why are we allowing all of this? And these people don't mean us any earthly good. They come from a communist country. We don't know if some of them are spies. We don't know if some of them are sent to be weapons. We don't know if the Chinese government sent people sick with the coronavirus to America, to all these different places, so it could spread coronavirus to weaken the global economy. China's capable of that because they are a communist country. We need to start thinking like that a little bit more when it comes to this Chinese government. Okay? China's oppressive even to Taiwan. Taiwan wants to be apart from China. They want to do their own thing. They don't want to be a part of that Chinese communist regime. They don't want nothing to do with that. But yet they're trying to fight and hold on to Taiwan, people that don't want nothing to do with them. So they're not a problem for only Africa, they're a problem for their own. Now, the issue that we see here is we as black folks, especially on the continent too, you got to have the attitude of the way you treat me is the way I'm going to treat you. So treat me good, I treat you good. Treat me bad, and I'm about to do the same thing to you. Because one thing people, human beings for sure, respect, they respect having a dose of their own medicine. Trust me on that. Mm-hmm. As long as you are nice, as long as you are passive and you let people beat you, kick you, do all kinds of things to you, and you constantly come up here with this forgiveness, turn the other cheek, do all those sort of things, that's going to give them more of a green light to continue to do that to you. They don't respect that. So what should happen is this. Nigerians should look at that video and say, okay, this is what you're doing to our people? No problem. Tell them, get your stuff, get to the airport right now. Carry yourself right back to where you come from in China. So we can't be in your country? Cool. We don't have to be. We're going to send all our people back, and the Nigerian government has put out a statement saying that they want to get all these people out of China and get them back to Nigeria, and that's where they belong anyway. And you need to send all those Chinese right back to China where they come from. Because if Nigerians cannot be in their country, cool. Well, Chinese can't be in Nigeria either. Matter of fact, the whole continent need to be that way. Say, you know what? All y'all get out. All y'all go back where you come from. Since you're better than us, and we've seen issues with you in Kenya, we have issues with you all over the place. America, everywhere you go, you bring your racism. So bring it and stay over there. You don't even want other people of other groups becoming citizens of China. You don't want black folks. You don't want white folks. You don't want anybody to become a citizen. Just you. Fine. Carry yourself right back to China. That's all you got to do. Get out of people's countries. And nobody will have a problem with you. You stay there. We stay where we belong. Exactly. And that's the end of it. That is the end of it. I was reading and researching. Over 700,000 Chinese came to the west coast of America in California and other places around the time the coronavirus had popped up. And I said this: where do they get all this money to travel? Well, I've been discussing this with people for days. Just think about this: they travel in packs, and where do they get the money? Look, international travel. Most of us would know that, or you can just go research yourself. It's not cheap. How's it y'all traveling in packs like that? I have a good sized family, and I don't even travel in packs. The most I've ever took with me, I'm talking about at least close to me, would be my wife and the team. But we do what we're doing on that. But I'm talking about they travel like 20 deep. I haven't even traveled 20 and 30 deep yet. Anywhere. I would like to travel, maybe not that many, but at least a few more people than what I'm doing now. Privy to the information. But come on, 20 and 30 deep. Where y'all get the money from for all this travel? And I'm thinking about all this time that the coronavirus was going on, and these people in everybody's country, they dispersing everywhere. And I'm like, how do they do that? Where the money come from? I know everybody over there not rich like that to be traveling internationally on the long flights. We have to look at this, brothers and sisters. The good thing about the coronavirus is that it has separated us and made us revert back to doing for self. Even on the African continent, they starting to realize we got to do for ourselves with these lockdowns. We can't go and depend on them to do nothing for us. We can't go depend on the West. We got to do things for ourselves. You have to do this. Do everything for self. Let's connect within the diaspora. Let's connect. Let's look at our brothers and sisters that's dispersed. Let's connect on the continent. Let's get together and make Africa the best place ever. A lot of us are willing to come in and put in the work. When we done our survey as of recent, 50% of the people that answered the question about would they like citizenship, permanent residency, or none, don't want nothing at all, more than 50% say they want to get citizenship in the African continent. That is great. That means a lot of people want to do that. Okay? A lot of us have skills. Let's connect. Let's make Nigeria. Let's make Ghana. Let's make Kenya, South Africa, Tanzania, the Ivory Coast, Namibia. Let's make whatever country we looking at. Let's connect. We got our black farmers being sabotaged right here when they got so much farmland in Botswana. Those brothers can go down there and farm and really help the country, help the continent with some great farming that come from here. We losing out so much here. It's a shame. They give money for farmers and brothers can't get access to the money. Or sisters who got farm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just wide open right now. Within these 10 years, I'm telling y'all, just so much I told y'all about the passport situation. When I told y'all get the passports, now you can't get one. I've been telling you for 2 years to get one. Now I'm telling you the situation with connecting and unifying on the continent. Things are changing real quick. I'm telling you, between 2020 and 2030, a major thing is going to happen. That's going to say, we better connect with Africa. That's our only refuge. That's the only place we should be. Now, some of you is what I would say part of that third of us is just not going to make it, and I get that. I get it, because a third of us is not going to make it. And even scriptures teach all are not going to be saved. And I'm not worried about those black folks. They don't want to be saved. They want to go down with the ship. Let them. I would feel bad for them when it's going down, though, and they going down with it. I would feel bad, but I can't feel too bad because I was just a small de facto John the Baptist warning you of what's coming, and you didn't move. You decided to stay in Babylon because you were comfortable in Babylon. And you see right now in Babylon, it's not comfortable for you because they can't do nothing for you. They can't protect you even from coronavirus. You understand what I'm saying? And they wouldn't even have it on the African continent if Europeans wasn't going down there. Because the cases that brought it down there were Europeans. You're safer actually over there than you are here. The cases are exploding. Almost 500,000 people with coronavirus being, cases. They don't have that on the African continent. So you can get mad. Some people get mad. I don't care if you get mad. When you gotta see a channel say African diaspora, news channel, you think I'm not gonna talk about Africa? But brothers and sisters in Nigeria, you got to say enough is enough. Make your government say enough is enough. Say, listen, they gotta go. Whatever deals you made with them, you made those deals. We didn't, as the people, that make them deals. You pay those people back. Get out. Kick them out. Send them to the airport in Lagos or Abuja, wherever the airport's at. Y'all need to go. Pack your bags. Get out. You're not gonna sit up here and treat our people like that in your country, and then you gonna think you're gonna be here all comfortable? Oh no, you gotta go. That is the only way China will respect you, unless you kick them out. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the story coming out of China and what they're doing to the brothers and sisters. I mean, just took their stuff, threw them on the streets, have them sleeping in the cold, the rain. Well, I don't know. You know what they do to the rats and bats over there. But the few that's running around, them brothers and sisters sleeping on the virus when it's the Chinese virus. Are you serious? Right now, Nigerians, you are ones to take a stand. I know this about Nigerians. Don't let them punk y'all like that. Tell them, get your bags, get out. That's the only thing they will respect from you.
I honestly believe such things. We shouldn't be living in a world like where we don't give a shit about nobody but ourselves.
All right, here we go. So what you said when you sat down was absolutely perfect. That the timing could not have been better. Well, tell everybody what you do, Michael.
Well, thank you. I'm for Black preventative medical
Whatever
detective.
Joe Rogan ain't trying to drag all that. Just letting y'all know, like, yo, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think in that we don't give a shit because we ain't got no power and all that. We just gotta organize. Right now, we know who the culprit is. We know who the higher ups are. And this is the situation. It's our scheme in order to attack the darker folk. We were planning this for years. What's the number one way to hide the truth? In plain sight, right? They always say it's easier to cover up a big lie than a small one. Check this out. All this shit makes you want to think.
Allegations of coronavirus racism, insisting that foreigners are not being discriminated against. Africans living in Guangzhou so that they're being kicked out of their homes and face harassment as health workers step up testing for imported infections. The African Union, Nigeria, and Ghana are calling on the Chinese government to address concerns. Professor Keith Richburg is the director of the Journalism and Media Studies Center at the University of Hong Kong. He says there has been discrimination against Africans living in China for some time now.
Ever since Xi Jinping announced that the virus was essentially contained in China and that they could start reopening businesses and reopening factories, the numbers have been going up, but they've been blaming all of those new numbers, those new cases, and the new deaths in China on what they call imported cases, meaning that they've contained it in China, but people coming back into the country are bringing it along. It smacks a bit of xenophobia to me, because number one, most of these so-called imported cases are Chinese nationals who left the Chinese New Year and are just now returning from schools abroad, etc. So these aren't foreigners; these are Chinese.
Say what it
bringing
is.
in with the virus. And secondly, they've been given really no statistics to prove
Trying to
that
be honorary
real
white
numbers of people
supremacists,
coming in
man.
with the virus are
This is
actually
gonna come back
foreigners
and
at
bite
all.
you in the
You know,
ass.
that line that they like
Y'all
to
ain't
say
built
is
like
that
us.
all of these new cases are all
Y'all
from
wanna
foreigners.
fuck
They've even
around,
restricted
disrespect
foreign
people
diplomats
that
from
are
coming back into
generous to
Beijing
you
to
and
attack.
shit like that. That shit
China has
don't
always had
fly.
this kind of complex
You know?
relationship with Africa,
Isn't that
whereas
crazy?
officially, they see the African countries as brothers. Lately, China has put a lot of development money into Africa. They built the African Union headquarters. They built the railroad from Nairobi to Mombasa.
It's okay, build it. We're
And
gonna
that's
just
the
take it
consequence
over.
of these
Oh,
tens of
Africa.
thousands or millions of Chinese
You
living in
know why?
Africa. You also have a lot of African traders, African students who have gone over to China. And so, officially, on an official level, there's this kind of feeling of fraternity. On the ground level, people to people, the Chinese simply don't like them very much. They're basically there's a lot of racism. I've been to Guangzhou. I've been to that area that they call Little Africa, or more derogatorily, they call it the Chocolate City. The Africans tell me they feel discriminated against by the Chinese.
I'm Leslie Rowe. I'm the Senior Director of
your ancestors are black. You know what I'm saying? So it's not fucking.
Good evening and welcome to our COVID-19 update, a special edition on Channels Television on the coronavirus pandemic in Nigeria and across the world. I'm Minister Warcraft. Here are some of the highlights this hour. Today, Nigeria's president gives hope as COVID-19 spreads to 16 states and the FCT. Good Friday, and to all Christians, greetings from Channels Television, your home for the news. We begin this evening with this report coming in from China, where Nigerians living there are maltreated by Chinese authorities. Here's a look at this video, which has gone viral on social media.
The first 14 days is acceptable by us. Another 14 days, you didn't communicate to us that you are going to do another 14 days after 14 days. They have tested negative, and then you have given them the paper. Why are they giving them another 14 days? That is one. Two, all the police, the documents, this passport belongs to the federal government of Nigeria. In line with international practice, no any country have the right to see the international passport of another country. Wait! They are not married. I just withdraw it from there.
Perhaps it is time the Nigerian government get its citizens out of China. As is suggested in the video, Nigerians are being kicked out of their homes. They're being made to go through inhuman treatments in China. And this could be the case in some other countries. However, this is sad because the Chinese citizens, foreign nationals in Nigeria, are given red carpet treatment in the country. There was another briefing by the Presidential Task Force, and today the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, took the advantage of the meeting to correct what he called a misrepresentation from yesterday's parley with the leadership of the National Assembly, where he was quoted as saying he never knew Nigeria's healthcare was in such a bad state. Mr. Boss Mustafa explains that he has always known the situation, but that currently his new task has given him a broader understanding of the healthcare system.
So now they're trying to bring the fucking shit into this country.
COVID-19 pandemic has provided both arms of government a unique opportunity to significantly assess and agree to reform our public health system in the short, medium, and long terms.
I had to lose my sight in order to see that I can.
That's crazy. He's basically saying, admitting to the World
I wish to thank the National Assembly under the leadership of the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives for their invaluable guidance and commitment to deploy all legislative resources and powers to support the fight against COVID-19 virus. On the issue of face masks, the Presidential Task Force is developing a national policy on its usage, and Nigerians will be duly informed as soon as the policy is finalized. Let me use this opportunity to commend and thank our frontline health workers for their commitment and sacrifices. The nation appreciates you and shall do everything possible to protect you. The government is concluding on the issue of your incentives, medical and life insurance as you battle to save lives. Yesterday in the National Assembly, I mentioned at the National Assembly that I became fully aware of the state of our medical system during the execution of this task force assignment. It has become clear that this has been taken out of context. I must clarify that I am aware and has indeed been a champion for the reform and transformation of the healthcare system. And in my modest way, even in my community, I'm working assiduously to see the of the healthcare system in my small community.
For the Minister of Health, Dr. Osage Hanire, a lot of progress has been made by the Ministry and the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, in contact tracing, but a lot more can be achieved if all hands are on deck.
The Federal Ministry of Health, through the Center for Disease Control, is increasing testing capacity continuously. And as of today, we have about 10 laboratories capable of testing COVID-19. We have 2 in Abuja, the National Reference Laboratory in Gadoua, and the Defense Reference Laboratory in Mogadishu, Abuja.
They got 10 labs already over there.
We have 3 in Lagos, appropriately because of the cases they have. And they are the laboratory in Luz, the Lagos State Safety Level 3 laboratory,
fast and furious,
and the Nigerian Institute of Medical.
I thought when they got fucking Bin Laden, that shit was fast. They coming fast and furious.
In UCH or your state, that's Ibadan, and the Federal Teaching Hospital of Abakaliki, and the Africa Center for Excellence in Genomics in Ede. There are other states that are on stream: Kano, Borno, Kaduna, Sokoto. The NCDC supports response activities and preparation in all states through timely deployment of rapid response teams to every outbreak state, and they contribute significantly to improving contact tracing, case management, risk communication, infection prevention, control, and also by providing training, guidelines, and personal protective equipment. The Federal Ministry of Health's COVID-19 Accreditation Committee is inspecting public and private treatment centers and following strict infectious disease management protocols in order to increase capacity for COVID-19 isolation and treatment nationwide and to protect health workers from harm. They will soon start this inspection and accreditation tour to all states, beginning with those with active.
So they look. It looks like they got a task force in Nigeria already.
Bed space expansion starts with our federal tertiary hospitals, who will also be the centers for ICU.
And of the cases in each of the states, putting Lagos at 158 cases, the FCT 54, Osun with 20, Edo State has 12 cases, Oyo 11, Bauchi has 6 cases, Akwa Ibom and Kaduna 5 each, 4 in Ogun State, Enugu, Ekiti, Kwara, Rivers, and Delta each have 2 cases. Under Benue and Katsina State reporting 1 case each. So far, 51 persons have been discharged, 7 deaths.
Asians brought it.
From Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari, it is a message of hope this period. At his Easter message, he expresses as unusual and very unfortunate the majority of Christians who find themselves marking Easter in a subdued manner away from the usual congregation in churches. However, the president says, quote, "I wish to enjoin our Christian compatriots to rekindle their faith in Christ, who overcame persecution, sufferings, and displayed endurance, steadfastness, and above all, piety." He asked all to imbibe and live the values of humility, discipline, perseverance, sacrifice, and obedience, which Jesus Christ demonstrated during his stay on earth. He used the occasion to commend the encouraging containment and ameliorating strategies put in place by members of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19.
We have only 3 active cases in Bauchi, 1 discharged. There is no death.
The governor of Bauchi State making his first public appearance in Bauchi Township after testing negative for COVID-19. Governor Bala Mohammed had announced on his Twitter handle that a second test for the disease returned negative. He was the first governor in the country and the first person.
These motherfuckers are standing up with masks and standing right beside each other.
Correspondent Hajara brings us this update.
Are you fucking kidding me? There's a few of them got masks, somebody standing right fucking beside
This is the official residence of the Bauchi State Governor. It was in this building he spent 17 days in isolation and had enough strength to recover from COVID-19. The governor has made his first public appearance last night where he addressed journalists. He described his experience as a terrible one and a trial, having suffered COVID-19 the same time his brother was kidnapped.
I'm sorry for any inconvenience that I might have caused anybody in Bauchi or in Nigeria. It is not my wish to be infected, but certainly this has shown me enormous love, respect, and regard to myself and to my family. The double jeopardy that I had to go where my brother was also arrested or kidnapped has also shown me so much love and prayers. I thank the people of Bauchi. I thank the people of Nigeria, especially our supporters, for their prayers and whatever they have done. They have kept busy, they have offered sacrifices and sadaqah, and they have done so much. I have a flurry of calls from high and low, and I am so emboldened and humbled. I have now known leadership is a burden, and I am really ready to work in a better and more informed position, because my solitary position has almost made me a monk, but not in the sense of the Chinese adage. It has made me to reflect, it has made me to think and to see things from various perspectives and to even strategize.
The mental effects of living with any disability, I think, you can't quantify.
So that just goes to show y'all, man. These motherfuckers are up to no good. Some bullshit. We gotta start here. Fucked up in the game, thinking that we don't know what's going on. Know exactly what's going on. Y'all colluded with the United States. Kill out some of their own people in order to get to us. Look, the fucking situation is shifting, and y'all want to start off the fucking vaccine in Africa. But our Prime Minister already said it, so ain't nothing going back to normal unless you get the vaccine. So what are we really dealing with, you know? We're dealing with a whole lot of bullshit. We're dealing with a whole lot of, They're slowly spoon feeding you bullshit. And we're just taking it up, taking it easy. But not me though. I'm gonna go hard, go in. And when I see bullshit, I'm calling that motherfucker out. Y'all should do the same, you know what I'm saying? We're suffering too much fucking animosity and racism. We're dealing with too much stress to be fucking with this bullshit that y'all think that's you know, make us the face of every motherfucking thing. Like, the media is devious, man. But when you got the new media like me, giving y'all the real, raw, uncut, real shit, you know what I'm saying? Straight up and down and all the way around like clockwork, you already know what time it is. Anyway, it's your boy Mac Mizzo. Keep it real material. The fuck out of here. Come on. You.